Hare Krishna. This is Krishna Sevini once again to Radio Mayapur. Welcome all of you. So today we are very, very happy to have Her Grace Harita Madhavi Devi Dasi in our studio. We are very, very honored to have her here. So we will be listening about her life and times. Mataji is born on 19 October. She met with devotees in 1919 to 2000 between these years. She completed her master's in biomedical engineering in Melbourne, Australia. She is initiated by Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj in 2015, and she has also been initiated second time. She got her second initiation on 2022. So we are very, very happy to have Mataji in our studio today. We will be listening from her some more of her life and times words. Thank you, Mataji, for coming to the studio. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm good. How are you?
I'm also doing good. So, Mataji, please tell us a little bit about your background, how you have met with the devotees, where you belong to, and were you born into the movement?
Sure. So, I was born 9th October, 1993. I was not born into the movement, but I was brought into the movement at a very young age. So I was probably around 6-7 years old in 1999, 2000s, when my mom, she came into Krishna consciousness. She was looking for a guru, actually. She was very much interested in spirituality from a very long time, but she could not find the right person to guide her. Everyone used to ask a lot of things and give very bogus philosophy, which didn't seem to satisfy her questions, because she's a very inquisitive person. She's very smart. She is the top of her class. She's very, she has at least 6 or 7 degrees. So you can, say that, she's very knowledgeable person. She's such a bookworm. But no amount of reading the books that was given by the yogic philosophy satisfied her questions. And we moved to the Middle East, and that was around the same year, 1998, 1999.
You were very young that time.
I was very young, yeah. So we moved to the Middle East, and my dad got a job there. So we went there, and there was this Prabhu who was working with him in the same company.
Wow.
And he was our neighbor. So he invited my mom to one of the Bhagavad Gita classes that was going on. And she said, no, I'm not interested to come to this class because I know you people, you guys say something. And when I ask a question, you just keep shut because you don't know how to answer my questions. So then she was like, for 2-3 hours, she was talking to the Prabhu. And she was saying that I don't believe in this philosophy of spirituality. It's all very much diluted and it's not perfect. It's not as it is anymore. So Prabhu said, okay, he listened quietly for the whole 2 hours. And then he said, okay, just come to our class once. If you feel good, you can continue. If not, you can just stop. It's up to you. We're not going to force you to come. So she was like, okay, I'll come, I'll try once, I'll see how it is. And she came and she immediately fell in love with it because it was Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. And Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita had such an impact on her, such an influence, that from that day on, within a week, she left eating non-veg. She turned into a devotee. She would start chanting more than 32 rounds. And she was ready to get initiated immediaty. Wow. That's how quick she changed. I know she's listening. That's how quickly she changed. Yeah. And through her and association of devotees, my dad came into Krishna consciousness. Wow. And after the both of them came in, it was my turn. But they never forced me. As a child, the thing is, they know that every single soul has the free will that Krishna has given. So they never tried to pull me into Krishna consciousness. They always showed the magic that's happening here, the beauty that is there in practicing Krishna consciousness, the love that you can feel from chanting, from devotees association, from eating prasadam. Wonderful. So every single aspect they had injected inside me from a very young age, and that brought up my interest to come into Krishna consciousness. So the first change that I had at that period was shifting from, even in that young age, shifting from non-veg to a veg. So this one incident I clearly remember. Even now, I remember the timing. I remember the scenario. I went to a friend's house. They invited for lunch and they cooked veg and non-veg because we just recently joined, right? So my parents were already veg. So I wanted to eat non-veg and the neighbor was like, oh, why are you stopping her? She's just a small girl. Let her eat. Let her enjoy. And they didn't say anything. But that day we were going in the car and this was in the Middle East, and we were going in the car. It was this desert area. And I was sitting in the front seat. My dad looked at me and said, do you know why we're not eating non-veg? I said, no. And he said, you see, right, when the chicken is being cut or when the goat is being killed, you can see how much blood is coming out, how much they're suffering. I'm like, yeah, they are suffering. So what if someone does that to you? How would you feel?
Exactly.
And that's it. My mind just froze. And I'm like, that's true. Like if someone kills me, how would I feel? I would feel so much pain, so much hurt. And it made me realize that that's actually like torturing the animal. I'm putting them in suffering for no reason. It's not necessary when I can have delicious prasadam with rice and sabji and dal and fruits and milk organic. And all those things.
Exactly.
Sandesh, rasgulla. So when I can have all these tasty items, I don't need to have that. And that changed and impacted my thought. And I immediately shifted from that day on. And slowly in a year or two, I even left onion and garlic.
You're the only one in the family.
Yeah, I'm the only one in the family.
That's great. That's why you have been pampered a lot. That's great. So I have been listening I have listened a lot of your music. You have been doing kirtan, singing, so many other things. So something that I want to know is that who is your favorite artist and from where you got this inspiration in singing? We have heard a lot of your musics. I mean, you do a lot of good kirtans. We really like it. So can you say a little bit something about it?
Well, when I was young, as I said, when we got into Krishna consciousness in the Middle East, we had a lot of Bengali devotees who were there in our
Bengalis
bhakti,
are very
they're everywhere.
So,
in our bhakti rikshas, and the way they sung the Vaishnava bhajans with so much devotion, with so much with the pakka pronunciation and knowing the meaning, and seeing all that, I was feeling very inspired. And I had this one Bangla devotee. I asked him, can you please teach me kirtan? So I had basic Carnatic training since I was 2-3 years old, because I'm from South India. So
what is this Carnatic? I mean, what is that?
So Carnatic music is basically like in South India, that's the basic, the sari gamapa, all that.
I see. Which usually everybody learns.
Everybody learns it. I mean, it's based on personal interest, obviously. So I learned it from when I was 2 years old to probably when I was still 16, 17. So for a few years, I learned. So I was very much interested in music and dance. I was a very hyperactive person.
You are.
I love music. I love dance. So then my mom told me, why don't you engage in learning the kirtans? Because you love Krishna. And she introduced me to Krishna as he's my best friend, because I never had friends when I was young. She would be like, why don't you go and talk to Krishna? Tell him. And I would go and say, look, today I got this much marks in my exam. This person had a fight with me in the school. So like that, I would talk. So like that, I was thinking, okay, kirtan is a way of expressing my love for Krishna. So why don't I learn more properly? Because the Aarti bhajans and kirtans is something I needed to learn. So as all kids, it started off with Nashing Aarti.
Yeah, every kid. Every kid.
And then slowly it went from there. I learned a few kirtans. And one of the first kirtans I really loved learning is Nadiya Godrume.
Wow.
So I would always keep singing that. I'd be like, Nadiya Godrume Nityananda Mahajan. So I'll be singing that all the time. So it started off from there. And then slowly, it became a part of me. It became part of my life. I didn't know the impact
so
that
you have been
had.
Learning it from your childhood itself.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So one of our Yatra leaders' wife, she opened the Vaishnava songbook and she's like, Harita, like back then it was Hrinka. So it's like, Hrinka, you have to learn all of this bhajans. I'm like, yes, sure, let me. And then slowly every single week we used to go through all different kinds of bhajans she used to teach, and I learned from there. And now to this present day, all of these bhajans have been my most favorite. And the current...
What are your current favorite bhajans like? What do you like hearing most, or what you like to sing the most?
I love Radha Krishna Pranamora. Like when I was staying in Australia, in Melbourne, for the past 9 years before, I used to sing that for the past 2-3 years at least, I used to sing that. That was my seva. I was the Shrine Arti Kirtaniya there.
Wow.
Every single day I used to sing Radha Krishna Pranamora. And I would be like, the deities need to sleep very nicely.
Very nicely, yeah.
So I have personally seen the impact of that kirtan, and I've seen few people, they just feel so much hectic during the day.
Yeah,
They come and they
holding.
sit in that kirtan, they feel relaxed and they have tears in their eyes, and I'm thinking, wow, when will I get that? So whenever I listen to kirtaniyas like Indra Prabhu, like Amala Harinam Prabhu, Pavan Nitai Prabhu, Kamal Gopal Prabhu, they all are my favorite kirtaniyas. I have so many favorite kirtaniyas, but they are just a few of them whom I really like listening to. And I keep thinking, it's not just about the way I sing the kirtan, it's about the mood in which I present myself. Because when I focus on the Mahamantra and when I focus on the bhajan's meaning, it creates such a beautiful scenario in my head. Like, okay, when Gaurarti is happening, you know, that Kiba Jaya Jaya Gaura Chandir, Aratik Shobha, Janavi Tata Bani, Jagamana Loba. He's sitting near the Janava and he's taking this arti from all the devatas, from everyone, you know, and he is sitting in this beautiful
mood is very
golden
much
throne.
required more than singing. I mean, you sing so many things, but if you don't have a pure mood, I mean, that you need that mood. That's right, Mataji.
My voice is not that great, but
you're really great. You're really
I
great.
try
It's not that
to
the voice
focus
is
on
not
the
great.
mood of my kirtan, and I'm still learning every single day. I'm still learning. I'm still improving. I'm still taking feedback from senior devotees.
You're perfect. You have been singing the rap and got good. I won't say that. Oh yeah, what about the rap? From where did you get this inspiration in rapping?
Rapping. Okay.
Was it from the West?
Completely different.
No, seriously, it is very, very much to be known because, see, we are singing in Gaudiya style. What all bhajan we sing in Gaudiya style, but still having a rap and, you know, inspiring the devotees to come into Krishna consciousness, or those who are too much attracted to, you know, rap. They don't like singing the Gaudiya songs much. So that is a way of attracting them to this Krishna conscious as well. You can say something about it also, Mataji. That will be good.
Yeah, so when I was young, I think I used to have a lot of inclination towards Western style music. And even when I would,
Was that from your school life itself?
Yeah, from my school life, from when I was young. I don't know why. I was very inspired with Western music.
Okay.
And
that happens, I think every Middle East kid will say that. I think so. I'm not sure about it.
So I was listening, and because I love Western style music, I would think that why don't we use some Hare Krishna tunes from it? And I wouldn't particularly make tunes out of the actual song, but I would make my own tune. I would think about like what kind of tunes can we make, some new Hare Krishna tune that is very Western, that's very soft, that's very inspiring. And like that, I used to like listen to those kind of music. And I especially liked rap because it was like the way the artists express themselves, they don't know how to express, like they have so much emotions just like balled up inside them, and it's just coming out in one go, and they can't say it softly. They have to say it in such a way, look, this is my emotion, this is my life, like there's
in some way, let it go.
Let it go in a very confident way. They're trying to present themselves, they're trying to present their emotion, they're trying to present their love, could be any kind of thing. They're trying to present a message to the world, like Eminem and all. They've got the way to present themselves to the world, but how many people are actually positively influenced by them? It's very rare, because those kind of music, they don't have any positive lyrics. Very few have positive lyrics, and nothing related to spirituality at all. And that time we didn't have many people interested in rap, but now we have a lot of youngsters into such music, and most of them are very vulgar. They're very
not so
explicit.
Good for,
So it's not good to listen to those kind of music, because your brain will be thinking more on that. And my thought process was, I really like rap. I used to do rap in my school, you know, like I would be,
seriously?
I was literally doing a lot of rap. And
what was that rap about? It was all
it was not good. It was materialistic, but it was just to get my tongue moving in the fast pace. And I'm a poet as well. I would write a few poems in my school.
Wow.
And
by yourself?
By myself. One of my poems got posted in Back to Godhead magazine as well, once in 2013. Great. So I would write poems, and some of my friends were like, why don't you do it as a rap? Because you're having that, you're having this, you can write your own lyrics and you can do rap. Why don't you combine both? And I was like, okay, let me think of it. And then in COVID, I saw a lot of people bringing out their inner talents.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, why
Good
not?
time.
Why don't we try something like this? And I haven't seen a Mataji do a rap. Like, everyone's pretty shy, pretty like
Something
reserved.
unique.
Even I'm shy. Even I'm very reserved. But I thought, why don't I inspire the younger generation? Because I needed that. When I was young, if I would have had a spiritual rapper, I wouldn't need to listen to some material rap.
Exactly.
But it's just like a hook to get into Krishna consciousness. It's not something that we're going to be doing lifelong, rapping all the way back to Godhead. It's not going to happen like that. Kirtan is our main source. Kirtan is our food. But this is just a hook to get them to understand what is the real purpose of life. So I thought, let's start making some rap like that. So I first wrote Jagannath rap. And I
think you love Jagannath a lot.
Yes, I love Jagannath so much.
Almost you look like him also. Cute face.
So it was for Melbourne Rath Yatra actually. But I never thought I would go and perform. I was thinking, I'll just write and keep. I'm not going to perform. I'm just going to do and keep. And then slowly among the devotees over there, the Harinam devotees and this and that, when we would go meet each other's houses, they would be like, you know what? Harita knows how to rap. And then I would start rapping. They'd be like, no, you have to go on stage and do this. And then the first time I did it 2 years ago, it was a big shock for everyone because I was in a sari, I was wearing tilak, I was doing Pujari Seva for Jagannath, and they were like so overwhelmed.
But even I was surprised. I saw that few days back, and you said that's your back post, and I'm like, what? Really? How is it possible? I mean, I didn't see, but then when I saw, I was really surprised. And most shocking thing was when I saw you standing on Geeta Mela stage and doing that, because I never seen a woman doing rap, especially in sari and, in this attire. But it was really nice. It was really good.
Yeah, so rap
and
is
everybody was
that
surprised.
It's
Everybody was surprised. I mean, listening to a Mataji who is rapping, oh my God, seriously? But it was really nice.
Thank you so much. I mean, that was unexpected for me as well. I didn't expect it to go viral.
What about your parents or your families? How did they take
this?
They
didn't take it good.
They didn't take
Obviously,
it good.
because our tradition, our culture is not something related to rap, right? And if you see me in the temple also, I'm just like chanting, doing normal kirtans. This is not something that was a 1 minute thing. And it's not something I keep doing on a daily basis. It's just for preaching purposes. And obviously, there are a few people who would say, Prabhupada didn't preach this way. And I agree to them as well. I agree that yes, Prabhupada's way of preaching was very simple. Just chant Hare Krishna and be happy. And that's what I would say to anyone as well. But the current generation, the way they're going, just chanting Hare Krishna and being happy is not really giving them a sudden influence, Like after that rap was performed in Geeta Mela, within the next 1 hour, we were doing kirtan.
Yeah.
We were properly doing kirtan. Once the rap came, everyone started going like, what's going on? They just wanted to come and see.
They wanted to see what is it going on.
And once they came closer, then they got hooked to the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Harinam and Kirtan. And they were like, yes, these Hare Krishna people, they don't, they're not very closed. They're not reserved. They accept all kinds of people inside. Because when I was in West, that's how that rap was mainly to attract new people. Because in the festival, we organize in like a big area near the beach, the Senkilda beach. And a lot of Western people come and they don't know anything about Krishna. They don't know anything about Hare Krishna. But when they hear the rap, I saw like thousands of people just standing behind the stage after the devotees. They're like, yeah, we don't know what she's saying, but it's nice. Good. And then when they start listening to the Hare Krishna in between the rap, they're like, oh, this is something easy to repeat. Because rap is basically words with English, right? Those who understand, they understand. Those who can't, at least they can repeat the Mahamantra. At least they can repeat the mantras that are being said in the rap. Which is why I started using Mahamantra inside the rap just once or twice, at least so that they can get hooked and they can understand. If they don't know what it is, they will search. They'll be like, what's this mantra she's chanting? It seems to be something attractive, something that's giving me some kind of happiness. I want to know more. And it gives them the taste and brings them in. So that was the reason I went into doing rap, and I was inspired to do 2-3 more.
Your husband is okay with you. I mean,
yeah. In one sense, my family have no issues, but at the same time, I'm more thinking of the society, like what devotees would be able to provide.
Yeah, that's
because
right.
it's all about understanding. I understand that I'm completely fine that some devotees may not like it because they have a traditional way of following the Krishna conscious movement. But at the same time, I do that.
But your
as well.
family is supportive, right?
Yeah, they're supportive.
That's
I do.
nice.
Well, my parents are they're in the older generation. So
It's
they're
okay.
a bit like this way, that way. But my Prabhu is, I know some of my friends are, and some of the devotees are as well, because they know the intention behind, because I'm doing for a good intention, not to hurt anyone or not to put Prabhupada down or put our movement down, but it's more to bring it to the bigger crowd, to make them understand what real love is in this world, what real purpose of our human being
at
life
least someone
is.
who sings some vulgar words or something like that can speak something good, at least can chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra in that way, which you already said. It's really good, Mataji. So who has made the most influence in your life, and who's your favorite singer? We already heard from you. I'm sorry to ask the question again. So what are your expectations? What would you like to see yourself in near future?
Okay, so the most influential person in my life is my mom, because she's the reason I came into Krishna consciousness, because she took me to the class, she introduced me to chanting, and through her, I met my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Japataka Swami Guru Maharaj, and through her, I got my interest more for kirtans, for reading books, for understanding more about Krishna, about Prabhupada. So she's my Vardhama Pradaksha Guru. She showed me all of the spiritual life, and because of her I got not only material birth, but I got spiritual birth as well. So, and she inspired me every step of the way, to guided me that, okay, this is correct, this is wrong, this is what you need to do, this is how you need to be. So every single step she had influenced me to be an amazing person. And because she is that person, like they say that devotee's heart is like that crystal, when you see them, it reflects on you their good qualities. So I've received whatever good qualities, if I ever have in me, which I don't think I might, but whatever little bit also, if I have, it's coming from her, because of her inspiration. And she's my, the strength, pillar of strength for the whole family. And the amazing kirtaniyas, as I've said, there's so many. In Mayapur especially, I really like Kamal Gopal Prabhu's kirtan. And
he's very known.
He's amazing. And I have a few Maharajas like Niranjan Maharaj and Bibi Govinda Maharaj. They're all good. And from Vrindavan are Sharad Bihari Prabhu, their team, Golaknath Prabhu, Pavan Nitai Prabhu, they're all really good as well. And from the other Western countries, there's Kirtan Premi, there's Amal Harinam, there's so many, Achyuta Gopi, Mataji, Janvi Harrison, Radhika Prabhu. All of them have been such inspiring kirtaniyas for me. What was the other question?
How would you like to see yourself in the near future?
In the near future, wow. Going back to Golok, of course. That's our main goal.
Of course.
So the near future, I would definitely like to improve my voice, improve my kirtans, improve the way that I present myself, and also to improve my strengths in Krishna consciousness, because eventually I want to be a good representative for ISKCON, for Srila Prabhupada, for my Gurudev. That whenever someone sees me, they feel, oh, this is ISKCON. These people are very friendly. They're very accommodative. They're very loving. They're very caring. That's what I want to represent. And at the same time, my kirtans should not be something that people would sit and just go to sleep. It should be something that would awaken the love in their heart. And that can happen not through me, through Krishna. So I want to become that instrument in the hands of Guru and Krishna, so that I can inspire a lot more people to come into Krishna consciousness, even if not through face-to-face preaching, but at least through kirtan, which is also a part of the preaching process. So
I have also heard that you have been traveling from different places in your lifetime. What are the different challenges you faced? I mean, with education and with your spiritual life. And when did you get married between all this?
Yes. So I was in my school life, I was in the Middle East. I faced a lot of challenges there because I obviously didn't fit in with my friends. I was very different. I wouldn't eat non-veg. I would not eat onion and garlic. I would not gossip too much. And I was always just to myself. I had a very close set of friends. But even though they were non-devotees, they were very understanding of my spiritual practice. So from school, I went to do my bachelor's in South India in Chennai. And over there, I got inspiration from ISKCON Youth Forum. So I was a part of the ISKCON Youth Forum Girls group for 4 years. And over there, I got my initiation in 2015. Because when I went there...
You were very young,
I was very young, yeah. But even though I had so much association with my Guru Maharaj in Middle East and everything, I didn't understand the value of it. I was like, I need friends, I need to enjoy life, I need my schooling and all that. But then when I went there was this one particular scenario that changed my perspective. I met this one girl who came to meet Guru Maharaj when he visited Chennai. And she's like, Guru Maharaj, my father beats me up a lot. He drinks alcohol and he really tortures me. So I have to go to the bathroom to do my chanting every day for 2 hours. And also some other girls with her were also like, we have to lie to our parents saying we're going to disco, we're going to the pub, but they're coming to the temple. And I was just shocked. I was like, they are lying, saying they're going to party. People lie saying, I'm going to the temple, and then they'll come to party. They're doing the opposite. I have all of the provisions in my life. My parents are favorable. I'm already having Krishna consciousness. I have association of devotees. What am I doing? Why am I not taking it seriously? So that pushed me. I was like, no, this is the time I have to get in seriously. So immediately from there, I started reading more, listening more, purifying myself even more. And slowly it became from shelter to initiation in a very fast pace. That happened. And right after that, I wanted to further my studies in biomedical engineering. So I moved to Australia around 2015 period itself. I moved to Melbourne and I was there from then on for a few years. I did my master's there. I did a job there, and my Prabhu met me there, and
it was a love marriage.
No, he fell in love with my kirtans. That's what he said. And then they brought the proposal officially to my parents, and I had only one condition to my parents. I was like, I don't care. You guys show me anyone, even a beggar on the street. But if my guru tells me this is the person you should marry, I will close my eyes and marry. And this I told when I was in 8th grade. And they were like, what? This girl is so small. What is she saying? But I had love for my Guru Maharaj from a very young age because I know he has the spiritual vision and his spiritual mission. So he's very pure and whatever he says, it's good for me. So I would never say no. Like I would just close my eyes and listen. If Guru says jump from the cliff, I'll jump. This is me. True, so that I told them just two things. I want to marry in Rajapur because I love Jagannath and also like whatever my Guru Maharaj says. So that's what I told my Prabhu.
How long have you been married since?
5 years now. 2019
wow, that's great. So
we got married. So it was beautiful. Like Prabhu is actually after my mom, he's the pillar of support for me because all the services I'm doing, coming to temple, doing kirtans, serving Guru Maharaj. In Melbourne, I was doing Pujari Seva. So all of that, painting the deities, doing all of that, it's through his mercy, through his support that I was able to do all of. Like he would manage everything at home when I'm gone for services. For almost the whole day, I will be in the temple. I'm a temple person. You could see me mostly just roaming around.
What about cooking? Do you like cooking or not?
Yes, I used to cook Rajbhog for the deities there.
Wow.
And
Jagannath temple, right?
No, it's over there we have Jagannath, Baldev Subhadra, Radha Vallabh, and Shishi Gaur.
I think you told me last time it was the first deities where Srila Prabhupada
Gaur Nitai, they're big brass deities. So before Panchatattva here, from what I know, they are almost the first big brass Gaur Nitai deities in ISKCON. Okay. So he personally, there's even now YouTube videos where he personally did Abhishek and installed them. And he has installed even Radha Vallabh and Jagannath. So my attachment to Melbourne was because of the deities, because I didn't feel any different from being in Mayapur to being in Melbourne because I've grown very attached due to all the services. I was obviously doing dressing and services to Jagannath, but painting, I would paint all the deities. I would help in maintaining, and I would do a lot of kirtans there as well, do cooking for them. Wow. So I pretty much was everywhere. That's all Prabhupada's mercy because women could do there. Women could go on the altar and women could do all that seva there. Whereas in India, we have enough brahmacharis, enough Prabhus to do the seva. We still get to do some garlands and all those kind of sevas.
Behind the curtains. I mean, you do it for the deities. I'm just thinking when you were speaking about the deities of Melbourne, I was just thinking about a few years back when I used to stay in Middle East and we used to chat, remember? I'm thinking about those things. It was really amazing. Wonderful. So I would like to end up this with what message you would like to give to our channel. Is there any message you want to give to the world? Everybody's listening to you.
I would just say what Prabhupada says. Eat prasadam, chant Hare Krishna, and be happy.
Don't eat over.
Yeah, don't overeat. But it's actually a very simple process. Like, there's not much to think about. I have then and now a few people sending me messages saying, "Oh, Mataji, I'm finding it so hard to like get more deep in Krishna consciousness." And I think along with all of this, eating prasadam, chanting and dancing, we really, really need sadhu sangha.
Exactly.
And sadhu sangha can really create so much difference, so much purification in your heart, especially when you listen to a lot of senior devotees, a lot of Maharajas, to Prabhupada especially. If you read, all of the nectar is there in Prabhupada's books. If you read Prabhupada's books and if you listen to his lectures, he is very like spot on.
Yeah.
So when you do that, Prabhupada can automatically cleanse your heart, and the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is just cherry on top. It can like
Yeah, it just
completely like
purifies your mind.
nullify all of the karma, everything. So you have to really focus on taking association of Srila Prabhupada, of devotees, to come to the temple, to take part in all the festivals, and to chant Hare Krishna every single day, because it creates so much impact. We can see that as you see Radio Mayapur, then and now, you see so many devotees, you see our Krishna Sevini. So all of them have come through this process, and we know how much impact it has created in our life. And that's Prabhupada's revolution. That's
Yeah.
Prabhupada's army here. So you can be a part of that army as well. Please come and join us.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. I mean, it's
you so
very
much.
nice to hear so many good things about your life. I'm really inspired, because I have never been like you from very young age, of course. Like, I have been already grown up when I came to Krishna conscious. So it's really nice. I mean, I'm really inspired, to be honest. Thank you so much for coming. So let's chant one time Hare Krishna
Yeah,
Mahamantra.
thank you so much as well.
Close this up.
Sure.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
jai.